Jesus is led through the quiet city streets. Roman soldiers surround him, their armor glinting in the dim light. The weight of the wooden cross is heavy on his shoulders, pressing him down. Dust rises with each step as he stumbles over the uneven stones. His face is etched with pain, but his eyes hold a deep resolve. A soldier shoves him forward, urging him to keep moving. Mary Magdalene watches from a distance, hidden behind a low wall. Her eyes are fixed on him, filled with sorrow and love. She clutches a small cloth, her knuckles white with tension. Other followers are scattered among the buildings, their faces grim. The city is quiet, the air thick with anticipation and dread. They reach the city square, a large open space paved with stones. Pilate stands on a raised platform, addressing a sparse crowd. His expression is weary, his eyes scanning the faces before him. Pilate questions Jesus, asking if he is the king of the Jews. Jesus responds with a question of his own, his voice calm and clear. Murmurs ripple through the crowd, a mix of confusion and fear. Pilate offers the crowd a choice: Jesus or Barabbas. The crowd erupts, their voices rising in a unified roar. They shout for Barabbas, their faces contorted with anger. Pilate looks surprised, then resigned, at the crowd's decision. He washes his hands in a bowl of water, a symbolic gesture. The soldiers lead Jesus away, pushing him through the throng. The cross presses down on him with each step towards the hill. He stumbles again, falling to his knees in the dust. A soldier kicks him, forcing him to rise and continue. Mary Magdalene sobs quietly, unable to bear the sight. The crowd jeers and mocks him, their words like sharp stones. Jesus looks up at the sky, his face serene despite the pain. The sun is now fully risen, casting long shadows across the square. The soldiers tighten their grip on the cross, pulling him forward. He struggles to keep pace, his body weakened and exhausted. The weight of the cross seems to grow heavier with each step. They exit the city gates, heading towards the distant hill. The crowd follows behind, a growing mass of onlookers. Mary Magdalene remains behind, her heart heavy with sorrow. She whispers a prayer, her eyes fixed on the retreating figure. The soldiers continue to push Jesus forward, relentless in their task. Jesus closes his eyes for a moment, seeking strength from within. He opens them again, his gaze fixed on the horizon. The hill looms closer, a stark and unforgiving landscape. The crowd's jeers grow louder, fueled by the spectacle. Jesus stumbles again, but this time he manages to stay upright. The soldiers laugh, their voices harsh and cruel. He continues to walk, his determination unwavering. The weight of the cross is a constant reminder of his fate. He knows what awaits him at the top of the hill. Yet, he continues to walk, his spirit unbroken. The sun beats down on him, adding to his suffering. The soldiers show no mercy, their faces cold and indifferent. He is alone, surrounded by enemies and onlookers. But he is not afraid, his faith guiding him forward. The hill seems to stretch endlessly before him. He takes another step, and then another, and another. His journey is far from over. The weight of the cross is a heavy burden, but he will carry it to the end. His love for humanity will endure. The journey continues. Jesus carries the heavy cross, step by agonizing step, up the dusty hill. The rough wood digs into his wounded shoulders, each movement a fresh torment. He stumbles, his knees buckling under the immense weight of the cross. A Roman soldier barks orders, urging him onward with a cruel prod. Simon of Cyrene is pulled from the crowd, forced to help carry the cross. Simon's face is etched with resentment, but he bears the weight nonetheless. After a short distance, Simon abruptly stops and disappears back into the crowd. At the hilltop, the soldiers roughly throw Jesus onto the wooden cross. They raise their hammers, the metallic clang echoing in the now silent air. Nails pierce his hands and feet, each strike sending a jolt of pain. The cross is raised, Jesus hanging between two thieves, silhouetted against the sky. Insults and jeers rise from the crowd below, a chorus of hatred and scorn. Jesus looks down at the crowd, his eyes filled with sorrow, not anger. He whispers, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." The sky begins to darken, an unnatural gloom spreading across the land. A hush falls over the crowd, a sense of unease replacing their mockery. Jesus struggles for breath, his body racked with pain and exhaustion. He cries out in a loud voice, my God, why have you forsaken me?" The wind picks up, swirling dust around the base of the cross. The shadows lengthen, engulfing the hill in an eerie darkness. With a final, ragged breath, Jesus speaks his last words. "It is finished," he declares, his voice barely a whisper. His head slumps forward, his body limp on the cross.